What women notice first when they see you. Confidence and attraction tips. It may come as a surprise, but the very first aspect a woman notices when she sees you is your aura or the energy you project. Just by observing you, she can glean insights into your personality. The way you present yourself, interact with those around you, and navigate your environment all contribute to her understanding of your confidence, both in the world and within yourself. So, how grounded are you in your own being? This is something she can perceive simply by looking at you. To cultivate an attractive essence, one of the most effective strategies is to focus on building your confidence and becoming comfortable in your own skin. Practically speaking, this means stepping out of your comfort zone and engaging in various situations that may feel unfamiliar or challenging. For instance, if you find busy grocery stores overwhelming, practice asserting yourself there. Go in, confidently select your items, and don't shy away from asserting your space, even if someone else is reaching for the same cucumber you want. Additionally, venture into different areas of life where you typically don't engage. The more you expose yourself to diverse experiences, the more adept you will become at handling various situations. This practice will make it easier for you when you encounter an attractive woman you wish to approach, as you will feel more at ease in social interactions. The first element to consider is your essence, your posture, energy, and overall vibe. Stand tall, keep your shoulders back, and hold your head high. Avoid staring at your feet, as this may lead her to question your mood or confidence. If you appear hunched over and avoid eye contact, it signals a lack of self-assurance or happiness, both of which are generally unappealing traits. Next, a woman will certainly take note of your physical appearance. This encompasses your fitness level, the style of your clothing, and your grooming habits, such as whether your hair is neat and if you've taken the time to brush your teeth. I've discussed some of these attributes in a previous video about what women find attractive. She will assess these aspects to gauge how much attention you pay to your appearance. If you appear disheveled, it might give her the impression that you are either lazy or indifferent about your looks. For some women, this can be a significant turn-off. For some women, it might seem like you don't care. However, if it's because you're genuinely comfortable with yourself and confident, this will be evident in how you carry yourself, interact, and engage with your surroundings. She can glean a lot about you from your behavior and physical presence in the world. She will make assumptions and judgments based on these observations, not necessarily negative ones, but as a way to understand what kind of person you are. Women are visual in the sense that they assess your character based on what they observe. In contrast, men often focus on physical attractiveness and sexual appeal. Women don't typically think ahead to whether they want to have a sexual relationship. Instead, they evaluate if they even want to get to know you as a person. Another important aspect is your overall physical appearance. Additionally, she will notice how you interact with others around you, whether you're with friends or alone. She will observe your confidence, attentiveness, and whether you are respectful. For instance, if you're with a girl, even in a business setting, and you are checking out other women, it can come across as disrespectful. She will assess if you are actively engaged in conversations or just passively listening. This can indicate whether you are shy or introverted. All these factors contribute to her overall impression of you. Your body language and posture can provide valuable insights into whether you identify as an introvert or if you experience shyness. It's important to note that shyness is often perceived negatively. It can be associated with low self-esteem. I can relate to this, as I used to be extremely shy and struggled with my self-worth. Over time, I managed to overcome those feelings, yet I still identify as an introvert. I often find myself spending considerable time alone, especially when I attend social gatherings, which I sometimes push myself to do. However, I usually don't stay for long. In social settings, I prefer to listen to conversations rather than actively participate. That said, I don't shy away from engaging in discussions. If a topic resonates with me or if I feel compelled to share my thoughts, I will contribute without hesitation. These are the kinds of behaviors that someone might observe when assessing your social demeanor. Additionally, even when you're out by yourself, they will pay attention to how you interact with those around you, such as strangers or service staff, like a barista at a coffee shop. Do you treat them with kindness and respect? Do you engage in light conversation? Are you able to share a laugh or display a sense of humor? Are you friendly with those nearby, or do you tend to keep to yourself? These behaviors can indicate whether you lean more towards introversion or extroversion, as well as whether you exhibit signs of shyness or confidence. It's essential to be mindful of these aspects, and remember that if you feel you lack certain social skills, there is always room for improvement. Remember how I used to be, right? I was so self-conscious that even taking a simple stroll down the street felt impossible. I've managed to overcome that. In fact, I even took the bold step of applying to give a TED Talk, which you're likely familiar with. They turned me down, but honestly, I was fine with that outcome. If they had accepted me, I would have had to stand up on a stage and speak in front of a live audience, and potentially, that talk could have reached millions of people online. So, it's important to understand that this isn't about fundamentally altering who you are at your core. If you're an introvert, that's perfectly all right. I myself am an introvert, and I embrace it. We introverts can have incredibly engaging conversations, and we possess a rich inner world. We simply interact with the external world in a different manner than extroverts. However, it's crucial to distinguish between shyness and introversion. If you identify as an introvert, it's essential to work on strengthening your confidence, much like building up a muscle. And interestingly, even if you're an extrovert, you can still experience shyness. Sometimes, this shyness manifests as overengagement or an attempt to compensate through behaviors like excessive gregariousness, humor, assertiveness, or even inappropriate pushiness. Does that make sense? So, if your behavior comes across as arrogance, it's often a sign of underlying insecurity, an attempt to compensate for not truly feeling at ease with yourself. Being an extrovert, or being confident for that matter, doesn't require you to be loud and obnoxious. Those are not prerequisites. Essentially, the initial aspects of your personality that she will pick up on are things you can actively work to improve. You can't alter the fundamental aspects of your being that you were born with, but you certainly have the power to change things like your attire and personal style. Ensure your shirts are well ironed and clean. Make sure you don't have any unpleasant odors, and that your teeth are brushed. Keep your hair washed and styled neatly. Stand up straight and walk with long, confident strides. When sitting in a group, if space allows, spread out a bit. For example, when a man sits with his legs slightly apart, it shows confidence and an alpha quality. However, be mindful not to invade others' personal space or come across as rude. When standing, adopt a powerful stance with your hands on your hips and your feet at least shoulder width apart, similar to the Superman pose. This posture conveys confidence and a willingness to be noticed. It's important to be comfortable with being seen. Additionally, one of the first things a woman is likely to notice about you is your eyes. So, make sure to maintain good eye contact and present yourself with a confident demeanor. Absolutely. While I don't want to come across as overly flirtatious, I must say that there is a certain vibrancy and connection that can be established through eye contact, which many find incredibly appealing. This attraction is not influenced by factors such as height, wealth, or physical endowments. Instead, what truly captures her attention initially are the subtleties of your presence. When you look at her, aim to establish eye contact in a way that feels engaging and inclusive, rather than intimidating. It's important to avoid unbroken eye contact, as that can come off as aggressive. Personally, I find it uncomfortable when someone stares without blinking. It can feel invasive, almost as if they are leering, which is definitely not a positive impression to make. Creating a sense of comfort is essential, as a woman's primary need in any interaction is to feel safe. In relationships, while men often seek respect and intimacy, women prioritize their sense of security alongside the desire for intimacy. I hope this insight proves helpful. To summarize, there are 3 key aspects that a woman will notice about you right away. First, your energy or vibe. Second, how well you present yourself through grooming, style, and clothing. And third, how you interact with those around you, whether you are in a group setting or one-on-one. These elements play a significant role in shaping her initial impression of you.